In the day's other news here on Earth, Spanish police shot and killed the fugitive suspected of plowing a van through a crowd in Barcelona last week. They caught up with Yunus Abuyaqub about 30 miles west of Barcelona. Police said the 22-year-old Moroccan was wearing a fake bomb belt when officers confronted him and opened fire.
The continuation of the investigation can be extended, but the 12 people that we have always referred to in the cell have been accounted for. Now we can say the 12 people that were part of the group are all dead or detained.
The death toll rose to 15 today in the Barcelona attack, and one that occurred hours later. The count includes a man who was stabbed to death by the fugitive who was killed today. There's been yet another car ramming attack in Europe, this time in Marseille, France. Police say that a man drove a van into two bus stops about 3 miles apart today. One woman was killed. The driver was captured later. Officials say the suspect has psychological problems, and they've ruled out terrorism. The U.S. fired a new diplomatic broadside at Russia today. The American embassy in Moscow stopped issuing non-immigrant visas for 8 days, and 3 U.S. consulates stopped indefinitely. The move could affect hundreds of thousands of would-be Russian tourists. In Moscow, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov denounced it as a bid to stir discontent.
My first impression is that the American authors of this decision have embarked on another attempt to provoke the displeasure of Russian citizens with the actions of Russian authorities. This is a famous logic. It's the inertia of the Obama administration in its purest form.
The visa action is retaliation for Moscow's order that the U.S. cut diplomatic staffing in Russia by hundreds of employees. The U.S. and South Korean militaries began annual war games today amid heightened tensions with North Korea. Some 17,500 U.S. troops are taking part in the drills. They began with computer simulations of a North Korean invasion. Back in this country, at least 8 people were killed and more than 50 others injured in Chicago over the weekend in a new spate of shootings. The Chicago Tribune reports that the violence unfolded in a 13-hour period ending Sunday evening. The city has recorded more than 450 homicides this year. There is word that the Secret Service's budget is stretched to the brink again. It's partly because agents have to protect 42 people under the Trump administration, up from 31 under President Obama. The director says that some 1,000 agents have already hit salary caps for the entire year. He says that it's been a recurring problem in recent years. A Los Angeles jury has ordered Johnson & Johnson to pay $417 million to a woman who says that talc in baby powder caused her ovarian cancer. The company says there is no scientific basis for the claim, and it plans to appeal. Hundreds of similar lawsuits are pending nationwide. On Wall Street today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 29 points to close at 21,703. The Nasdaq fell 3 points, and the S&P 500 added 2. And finally, from London, the famed clock tower Big Ben chimed its last today for the next 4 years. In service since 1859, but now it's undergoing renovations that will keep it mostly silent until 2021.